Let's get the French perspective now on the Champions League as the group stages get underway this week. Delighted to say we're joined by French football expert Tom Williams. Tom, very good morning to you. PSG, the favourites for the tournament, they've certainly made their intentions clear, signing Lionel Messi. How much is there a sense, though, that they've thrown everything at it now? It's now or never.
I mean, that is very much the feeling. I mean, they've come very close to winning the Champions League in the last two seasons, beaten finalists in 2020 when they lost to Bayern Munich, beaten semi-finalists last season. So if you take that group of players who've come so close already and you add Lionel Messi and Jorginho Wijnaldum and Achraf Hakimi and Sergio Ramos and Gianluigi Donnarumma, there's not much more you can do. So, you know, I think there is a feeling that PSG are clear favourites, and this really is the time for them to finally win this trophy.
Yeah, they start away at Club Brugge. As you were saying, it's a much changed squad to the one that lost to Manchester City last season. It's Messi, Ramos, Wijnaldum. It's that proven winners of this. Is that the key?
I mean, I think that's what's motivated PSG's decision to recruit these players. I mean, there aren't many footballers in the history of the game who know more about winning the Champions League than Sergio Ramos. Jorginho Wijnaldum obviously won it recently with Liverpool in 2019 and has the experience of some of those great European nights at Anfield. And of course, Leo Messi hasn't won it since 2015. He's desperate to get his hands on it again. And so you've got both his know-how in the Champions League, but also that burning desire he has to win the trophy again. So, yeah, I think that's what PSG will hope those players will bring, that little edge, that little bit of nous in the final stages of the competition that will enable the club to finally get behind the Champions League.
What's the excitement like in France regarding, you know, Messi, Neymar and Mbappe potentially starting the game together for the first time? And how do you feel that combination will work?
I mean, there's huge excitement, as you can imagine. I mean, ever since, you know, the news broke that Messi was on his way, it's been complete bedlam. You know, every PSG game is sold out multiple times over. And when he made his debut away at Haas a couple of weeks ago, I mean, there was just huge interest, not just within France, but also around the world. We've not yet seen the three of them on the pitch at the same time, Messi, Neymar and Mbappe, and the expectation is that those three will start against Bruges tomorrow. I suspect it'll probably be some kind of 4-3-3 with those three in attack. You can have Neymar on the left, Messi on the right, Mbappe through the middle. Maybe you can have Messi as a number 10 or Neymar as a number 10 with the other two in front of him. But yeah, I think somehow we'll see all three of them probably from the start. And yeah, huge excitement, huge curiosity in France as to how quickly that incredible trio of players will be able to develop an understanding.
It's an interesting one, Mark, isn't it? Because you'd think it would be a guarantee that they could click straight away because they're such wonderful footballers. But is there such a thing as a given in football?
There isn't. However, I think the relationship between Neymar and Messi has been there in the past and has worked really well. I think Mbappe, being the world-class player that he is, I think it'll just fit seamlessly. I think it'll be almost like these guys have been playing forever together. I think the understanding will be there. You know, the mental level that these guys are at in terms of how they play, where they make their runs, is on an even keel, and I think it'll be formidable.
Is he happy, Mbappe, at the moment, Tom?
I mean, he seems happy. I think he's accepted the collapse of that mooted move to Real Madrid. I mean, he played very well at the weekend. PSG beat Clermont 4-0 at home, and he scored a nicely taken goal. He had a big smile on his face afterwards. I mean, there were a few boos when his name was read out before kickoff. That's the second time that's happened this season, which is something he's not really accustomed to. But he seems pretty committed on the pitch anyway. Certainly his performances have been every bit as as good as you would expect, and as PSG fans would hope. Mauricio Pochettino has said that he's convinced that Mbappe is fully focused. So there may have been some small disappointment that move to Madrid didn't go through, but you get the impression that he's very quickly accepted that and is happy to commit himself to PSG until at least the end of the season.
And Tom, do you think that'll be it, just until the end of the season? Do you think he's definitely gone after that?
I think so, probably. I mean, PSG have been trying to get him to sign a new contract for the last couple of years. To date, he hasn't signed a contract. You know, he's made it clear that he's not in any hurry to sign a new contract, and you know, he'll know that it would be of great help to Real Madrid if they don't have to pay any kind of transfer fee. And obviously, from January, he's free to sign an agreement with Madrid. PSG's hope is that he will have so much fun playing with Messi and Neymar, and they'll score so many goals together that will be the thing that convinces him that he should stay at PSG. But yeah, the way things are looking, he seems pretty determined to join Madrid, and I would have thought that's probably what's going to happen at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's not just up front that they look good, is it, Mark? Because they've signed Gianluigi Donnarumma as well. If you're talking about proven winners on the largest European scale, there you go. Is he the best goalkeeper in the world for you?
I'm torn. You know what? I mean, I thought he was absolutely excellent, by far and above the best goalkeeper at the European Championships. The first time I got a real good opportunity to watch him in depth, and obviously I was incredibly impressed. I think he's a top class goalkeeper. Is he better right now than, say, a Manuel Neuer? Oh, it's a very difficult decision to make. Listen, I'm going to say at this moment in time, it's still Manuel Neuer, only just, but Donnarumma is very, very close behind. What I'm actually also interested to know from Tom is Keylor Navas. How has he responded to, now that Donnarumma's there, that seemingly he's now the number one? Where do you see him, and will he stay at PSG?
I mean, it's caused a real headache for Mauricio Pochettino, because Keylor Navas hasn't put a foot wrong the last few seasons. I mean, his performances in the Champions League last season in particular were really, really impressive. So it wasn't like PSG needed a new goalkeeper, but obviously Donnarumma has not arrived just to sit on the bench. And every time Navas goes out to play with PSG, you feel the pressure he's under, because one poor performance, one big mistake in a high-profile game, and that could be him out of the team. So it's a delicate situation for Pochettino to manage, because not only is Navas a proven top-level goalkeeper, he's also very popular within the PSG changing room, particularly with a lot of the South American players. So there isn't any great clamour for him to be taken out of the team. But of course, at some point, he will have to make way for Donnarumma, and I think that's something that will just probably rumble on in the background throughout the season.
Tom, very briefly, let's finish with the other French side in the competition. That's Lille, Wolfsburg, RB Salzburg and Sevilla in the group stage. Champions of France, but picked apart in the summer, including the manager. Do you see them making an impact still?
Yeah, they've had a tough summer, as you say. Their head coach, Christophe Galtier, who went to Nice. Mike Maignan, the goalkeeper, has gone to Milan. Boubakary Soumaré, a very influential central midfielder, has joined Leicester. They've made a really poor start to the season domestically. They only won one of their first 5 Ligue 1 games, and they're in mid-table. They showed last season on their day they were capable of beating just about anyone. A very sort of tough, well-drilled, hard-working team. It might help them that they're in a group that feels quite homogenous. I mean, it almost looks like a Europa League group. No respect to any of the teams that are in it, but there aren't any big names in there. But certainly on the form they've shown so far this season, we probably shouldn't expect too much from them.
OK, Tom, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much indeed.